Yo, what's up, everybody? I wanted to make a quick YouTube. How did I scale up so fast? I feel like a lot of you want to know this. I've been asked this a lot, and I asked on my Instagram what you guys wanted to hear, and this is one of the top ones. So, how did I scale up so fast? Getting a 10-year prison sentence, spending 7.5 years in prison, and getting released with $150 to my name. No handouts, no connections, no credit score. I was gone so long, everything on my credit profile dropped. No money, no credit, no relationships with banks, lenders. I got 2 felonies on my record. It wasn't good. I didn't have family that was in this. No family members. No dad showing me the ropes. None of that. How did I do it? Well, let me tell you. You know, a lot of y'all know already I went to prison, and in prison, I changed my life. I decided to choose real estate and not go back to selling drugs ever again. I made that decision in prison. I will not go back to prison for selling drugs ever again. I don't even break the law anymore. I'm not going back to prison. I do legal shit, which is build dope-ass houses for big profits. And with that skill set, I'll never have to do anything illegal to make money again, right? As long as I can continue to build homes, I'll never need to do that. So while I was in prison, I changed my life, and I read real estate books for 5 years straight. Real estate, business, and personal development books for 5 years straight. Hundreds of books. So then when I got out, if you talked to me prior to going in to when I got out, I was a totally different human being. I didn't even want to drink. I didn't want to party. I didn't want to do shit. All I wanted to talk about was real estate and a new career and getting into it and how I was going to make money, just like all these books taught me. You know, it was example after example after example in these books. So I knew the shit was real, unless they're just full of shit, right? But they weren't. So everybody that talked to me, I would talk real estate with. And sure enough, you know, people started knowing that I was wanting to get a flip, because I figured, hey, let me get into the flip. Let me try it out, see if I can make some money on it. Anything just to get into real estate. And that was kind of the lowest barrier to entry, was flips. So had a good friend. A flip came about, landed in his lap. He didn't want it. He called me up, said, Eric, I got a flip for you. You want it? Pretty good opportunity. I think we can make some money on it. I said, yeah. He goes, all right. He sold it to me, what he got it under contract for, plus $8,000. I didn't know $8,000 back then was called a wholesaler fee. Well, I paid him the $8,000. I got the flip, and he kind of held my hand and showed me what to do with it. I managed the contractors. I used a lot of his contractors. I managed them. I paid them. I kept track of all the expenses. I kept track of, you know, everything that we did, all the prices. I shopped the prices, I shopped the materials, I picked out the tile, I picked out the wood colors, I picked out the paint colors, all that shit on that first flip. I was out of prison maybe 2 or 3 months before this deal came about. I didn't have any money, so I asked friends and family for some money. Luckily, I scrounged it up. It was about $200,000, which is pretty crazy. But remember, I was a totally changed man. Everybody knew that I was responsible and I was gonna make this shit work. So, got the money, bought the property, and went to work. Flipped the property, took about 3 months, ended up selling it, got all the money back, plus $53,000 to my pocket. So, I paid back friends and family the 200, and I kept the 53,000. So what did I do? I made all that money fresh out of prison. Wasn't out of prison that long. So the hustler that I am is like, hey, I just made 50K. Fuck, I want to make another 50K. Let me start looking for another property that's similar to this. So that's what I did. I found one. About 2-3 weeks later, I found one. I was like, fuck, this is a good one. You know, I didn't really know too much how to underwrite it. You know, I just knew kind of from the books, and through my head, I underwrote it. But, you know, I don't know. I'm fresh out of prison. I've never done this before but one time, and I flipped the house, and it kind of fell in my lap. So this time I found another one. I got my buddy over there, kind of helped me look at it. I interviewed some other people. Could have made it work. I borrowed that same 200K. This time it was like 210. I bought that one. Well, come to find out, there was like 3 builders on the street. The builder next to me, he wasn't directly next to me, he was one lot over. He owned 3 of the lots in a row, and he had just started putting the forms out. So he was about to start construction. But when I was wondering what he was doing, so I went over there and talked to him. I said, hey, what are you building right here? He showed it to me. It was these 3-story townhomes with a rooftop. So 4-story with a badass rooftops overlooking downtown Dallas. I was like, holy shit, those are awesome. Looked like fresh out of Miami. I was like, man, those are fucking badass. And started talking to him about it all. Long story short, the house, I couldn't flip it. I had to do new construction, or I would have had to sell it to a builder or something. It just wouldn't have made sense to put all that money into this little crack house when I had these brand new fucking townhome duplexes right next door. It would have cost too much in order to make this house that nice, and it still would have been single family, and the whole street was turning into a duplex because the area was zoned MF2, which is zoned for duplex. So I started interviewing builders, like, hey, I want to figure this shit. I want to build that. I want a new career. I can't go back selling drugs. I did one flip that made $50,000. I'm working a logistics job. You know, this ain't gonna cut it. I got bigger dreams, bigger aspirations than this. I can't do this. I want to build. I want to be a builder. You know, I knew a builder when I was younger, and he was fucking rich. He had the lake house and all the nice cars and all that stuff. So I started interviewing builders, trying to figure out like someone to teach me. Nobody really wanted to teach me. All they wanted to do was make money off of me, charge me, you know, price per square foot or cost plus 15 or 20%, some crazy shit. I was like, nah, I want to learn the trade. I want somebody to teach me, genuinely teach me, or let me shadow them or something. So sure enough, I called that same friend up that gave me that first flip. I said, hey man, I own this shit. I think we can figure it out. Everybody's fucking building over here. I already own it. I'm either gonna sell it or hire a builder, but I don't want to hire a builder. I said, let's figure this shit out. If you help me, I'll split the profits with you 50-50. I don't even care. That is a very, very, very important point right here that you need to pay attention to. I didn't care about the money. What I cared more about was learning the craft that was going to change my life. That profit from that new construction that I was going to build wasn't going to change my life. But the knowledge on how to build that house is what was going to change my life. So that was most important. So I told him, I'll split it 50-50 with you. Let's do it. He wasn't sure. He ran the numbers, went home, came back a week later, talked to some lenders. He said, man, I think we can do it. I said, well, shit, I still own the land, so I don't know why we're taking so damn long for. So I got to do something. Sure enough, he brought some hard money lenders. This is my first introduction to hard money lenders. Didn't even know what this was. Long story short, we got the hard money loan, construction loan, got it all figured out. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I've been walking and my damn shoulder hurts from holding this damn phone. Actually, I did shoulders workout earlier, so that's probably why, now that I think about it. But anyway, first time I ever met a hard money lender, didn't really know. I was gonna put it in my name, got down to the signing. Fucking, they called me a day before closing to sign for the construction loan. They found out I just got out of prison. They said, man, we can't loan to you. I said, come on, what does that matter, you know? Sure enough, they denied the loan, so had to do some shit, take it out of my name, put it in my sister's name, and anyway, I was focused. I was not gonna be told no. I was gonna make a way, and I got it done. So, got it done. Long story short, learned how to build on that duplex. In the meantime, while that was going up, I ended up buying the duplex directly next door to me. And then also on the other side. So I built 3 duplexes in a row, 6 units. My first new construction ever in my life. I was out of prison out maybe 6 months before I started. I'm telling you, I hit the ball rolling. If you talk to me, I was fucking focused. I was driven. I was no bullshit. This is all I wanted to do. And if you talk to me today, 6 years later, I'm fucking still the same. But anyway, so yeah, ended up building those 6 units, man. Made over $500,000 to my pocket from that. And my partner made that also. So we made a lot of money. And that was a lot of money to me. And what did I do with that money? This is the second very, very important lesson of this YouTube. I did not go and buy an exotic car. I did not go and buy a Bentley. I did not go and buy a watch. I did not go and buy anything. I saved every fucking penny for my growth of my company. And I spent every fucking penny on growth and buying more land because I knew that $500,000 wasn't gonna last. I needed to buy more so that I needed 5 million to come back to me, right? Just like I did on that first flip. I didn't spend a penny. I bought another one. Just like I did on those. I didn't spend a penny. I bought 5 more. And I did that consecutively for 2.5 years. That's where a lot of you developers and entrepreneurs go wrong. You start making the quick, early money, but that's the little money. You gotta reinvest that into growth, and that's how you fucking grow and get big and make the big bucks. I wouldn't be where I am today without saving that early profits and reinvesting into my growth. I'm telling you now. So that was how I was able to scale so fast. Now, the second key to this is I started buying all those lots with all that 500K. Spent every penny on buying more land. Next thing you know, I got fucking 7, 8, 9 lots. I can't remember. Also, I started building my personal home. I learned all about that. I built my personal home. I was into my personal home for like $600,000-$700,000. And then I learned that you could go to the bank and refi it on the appraised value. Well, the thing appraised at like 1.2 something, they let me pull out 80% of that. And I was able to pull out like almost $400,000 for my personal home. So then I did that. And then I had 400K. So then I reinvested all that into more growth. I'm telling you, for 2.5 years, I didn't fucking spend a penny. Any dollar that I got, I reinvested into more growth. I was eating hamburgers from McDonald's. I was eating Chipotle. I was living with girls so they would fucking cook me food. I was doing everything. I was sacrificing any and every way so that I did not have to fucking spend a penny, because I wanted millions and millions of dollars. That was my sole focus. So I did that. Built my personal home, refied out 400K. I bought all those lots, and now I'm starting to become a builder. I was building these contemporary modern homes, so when people drove by, and I had big signs out in front, you know, that said my logo on it, and they saw me every day over there building. So now people were talking about like, oh, he's a builder. That's what he does. He builds homes. Yeah, he's building fucking them all over town. So now they knew. And I've never built a single family home under $1 million. All the single family homes I've built were over $1 million. To this day, I've never built a single family home under $1 million. I built the duplexes. They were about $450,000 to $500,000 each, but those were duplexes. Single family, none of them under $1 million bucks. So anyway, this is the third piece to the puzzle. Now people started figuring out that I was the builder. Word was getting out. I was building cool homes. They were selling. I was making money. Now investors started approaching me. Now That's when I was able to scale up even more. I had one investor approach me and wanted to build 4 homes with me. I said, let's fucking do it. I went hunting for land. I found us some good deals. Partner with him. I got 4 more. Another investor approached me. We did 7 homes together. I went hunting for land. Found 7 of them. Really good deals. Partner with him. I got 7 more. Then friends and family started coming. Now you gotta think, I got like 20 homes in the pipeline. Then friends and family. One friend I did 6 homes with. Another friend I did 3 or 4 homes with. Family members I did 1 and 2. So that was how I was able to scale up. Next thing you know, I look up, because I've been working my ass off. I'm fucking headstrong, nose to the grindstone, working, focus. Next thing you know, I look up and I got a shitload of homes I'm building in the pipeline. And I knew that day, I was like, all right, we got a lot of money coming. If I make $100,000 to $300,000 per house, I mean, there was millions of dollars on the way to me. I calculated it up. I used to have like a big whiteboard with all the fucking addresses on it, with all the profits and all the money I was gonna make. It's all in my head now. I probably should get back to doing that. But yeah, that's how I did it, man. And that's right there is the story of how I was able to scale up so fast in real estate. From getting out of penitentiary with $150 to my name, dead broke. And I'm talking dead broke when you got $150 to your fucking name. No shoes, no clothes, no nothing. To now, you see me, multi-millionaire, tens of millions of dollars in real estate portfolio, tens of millions of dollars in new construction development, about 50 million in new construction development, millions fucking $3-4 million car collection, $1 million watch collection, jewelry, $500,000 in diamonds. Fuck, I don't even know. But anyway, who cares about all that shit? That's the story of how I did it. And now, the next 5 years, I'm excited to show you how I get to the $500 million mark and the $1 billion mark, because that's going to be in the works now. I'm over all the jewelry and all the cars and all the clothes. I don't even care about that shit anymore. Now I want to build a company that produces hundreds of millions of dollars in net profit every single year. And that's going to turn me into a billionaire one day. So that's the goal. I'm excited for the journey and the person that I'm going to become on that journey. Because that's the cool part anyway, you know? Watching you evolve into this businessman-like figure that you never once thought you would become. So yeah, man, hope y'all like this video. This is the first raw one I've probably done like this. I'm walking, I probably got 15,000 steps in. My shoulders hurt, I'm tired. It's midnight here in Miami. But yeah, I hope y'all like it. If this is the first video y'all watched, I speak about all kinds of real estate development. I talk about my journey. Go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell also so you get notified of all the YouTubes. We got a bunch coming. I just filmed 4 today. This actually will be my 5th. So yeah, we're gonna be dropping tons and tons of YouTubes coming up. Mostly all real estate, up and coming developers, trying to teach you guys, get you in the game, because it changed my life. And I'm trying to help y'all change y'all's too. If you do want help in getting into real estate development, click the link below and schedule a call with me or my team, and we'll get you started in this real estate development, man. Like I said, I used to have 0 money. Now I got a bunch. Who really cares? But it changed my life, man. I don't have to do no illegal shit. I don't gotta do nothing. I live a great life, and I'm so thankful for real estate. And all blessings to God. Peace out, fellas.